Dovely is on a mission to redefine credit and give financial access to all. So I'm joined by CEO Nirit to explain Dovely's mission and give more information. So Nirit, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks Shannon for having me.
So I'd love to learn more about Dovely, who you're serving, and what your ultimate goal and mission is with the company.
Sure. Well, not a lot of people know this, but 70% of the US population have errors or issues on their credit weighing down their score. And really that's our mission, is to make financing accessible to the 70% that can't access it today. It's people that have tried traditional credit repair, have failed, and because our pricing model is so competitive, have said, okay, I'll give it a try, we'll see how it is. And within months, we improved Glenn's score 99 points. And it's something that he's used traditional credit repair companies and spent hundreds of dollars to try to get off his credit. We removed it in a month. Yeah, and so, if it's able to come off your report, we're gonna get it off your report. We are unrivaled when it comes to understanding the nuances of consumer credit and knowing what to challenge, when to challenge, how to pair together with other items. It's an algorithm. We've taken the guesswork out of the equation. There's no human behind a desk punching things in to dispute things with the credit bureaus. We analyze your credit, our algorithm determines which items to dispute, and it automatically gets transmitted to all three credit bureaus. So it's really a no-brainer.
So you've defined the challenge that you're trying to solving for, but how are you ultimately reaching these folks?
So right now, mainly through our partners. We've got a number of very big B2B partnerships like Chime Bank and Moneyline and Varo. Any company that you can think of that essentially uses credit to make a decision on whether or not to either lend or offer a product to a consumer would be a good partner for us. And so right now we're, through those partnerships, able to get to the end consumer. But ultimately, our relationship is with the end consumer. It's anybody who's looking to improve their score because they've got errors, negative, derogatories weighing down their score. Credit is a very, very difficult thing to navigate. It's very sophisticated. And so we're just trying to demystify it for people and within a click of a button, allow them to dispute any errors or inaccuracies on their report.
And what are the benefits of credit repair for folks?
They're tremendous. I mean, for someone who is what's called the subprime level, which is below, it could be anywhere from 600 and below, they can't get access to basic needs that we take for granted every day, like getting a credit card, a cell phone, renting an apartment, certainly not buying a house. And then for a huge subset of the population, the higher you climb up the credit hierarchy or your score, the cheaper everything becomes to you, right? So all of a sudden you can get cheaper auto insurance and better mortgage rates and, much better credit card rates. And so it just opens up a whole new kind of world for opportunities, benefits, products that you couldn't have access to if you didn't have a good score.
So what are the current challenges and opportunities within the credit and credit repair space right now?
Right. So, as I'm thinking through all the companies here, everyone's trying to solve the credit problem because it defines who you are. And at the end of the day, nobody's going to the root of what the actual problem is, which is helping you increase your score. All of these companies, who are all awesome and have different innovations, are trying to band-aid the solution. Like, okay, you don't have a good credit score, so how do we get you a loan? Or you don't have a good credit score, how do we do this? But at the end of the day, those are all band-aids, and the single best thing you could do for a person is get their score up. And that's what we do. And nobody else does it in the way that we do it. One of my favorite kind of ways to think about it is, credit is kind of like trust. It takes you years and years to build, and you ruin it in one shot. You miss one payment, doesn't matter if you've had a credit history that's impeccable for 10 years, you miss one payment, your score can drop 100 points. And you may not even realize that you missed a payment because it's a new card that you forgot about, whatever. And it's very punitive. And so it's very hard to come out of that. And that's what we're trying to do, is just help people come out of the hole.
So what advice would you give folks looking to get started then and ultimately repair their credit?
I mean, the best thing that you could do to repair your credit is to enroll in Dovely. Hands down, no question about it. If you enroll in our program, it's rare you won't start to see results within 60 days. And chances are within, depending on how many derogatories you have, within 3 to 6 months, you're going to be well on your way to, you know, a financeable score.
That's incredible. And last question, the credit industry itself, like you said, it can change in an instant. That can change your life in an instant if you miss that one payment. Do you think ultimately this industry needs to evolve a little bit so it doesn't affect people like this so much? Because it really seems like a hindrance.
I mean, I think in reality, there are 3 credit bureaus, really, I mean, there's more, but there's 3 that really, truly control your lives. And there's a disconnect because they control your lives from a financial perspective, but you're not their customer. Their customer is businesses that they're selling your data to. And so there's a huge disconnect between, you know, the ones that control you and what you are trying to, as an individual, accomplish. And so, yes, somebody needs to break that gap. And we are looking to work with the credit bureaus to help them get the data accurate, to help them, I mean, there's so many common errors on your credit report. If you have a common name, there's mixed files where other people's stuff ends up on yours. 70% of students ruin their credit within the first year of graduating because they're not educated, they don't understand what they should do, what they shouldn't do, they miss a payment. So there's so much work we have to do. I mean, but we're ready. I mean, we're ready to take it on.
Well, I'm glad to hear that somebody's willing to take on this massive challenge. So congratulations on your early success with Doubly. Thank you so much for your insights.
Thanks.
From Medici Studio, I'm Shannon Rossick.